Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it may be for you. Grace and peace. Welcome to momentofclarity.org. I want to make a simple statement, and the statement is in our minds, not God's. I'll say that one more time. In our minds, not God's. I'm going to start off with a verse, Colossians chapter 1, verse 20 through 22. And having made peace through the blood of his cross, by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him I say, whether they be things in earth or things in heaven. And you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works, yet now hath he reconciled in the body of his flesh through death, to present you holy and unblameable and unreproveable in his sight. In verse 21, our Apostle Paul stated, you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works. It's a big fact that it is and was in our minds that we were and are alienated and enemies of God from wicked works. Let me assure you of something. It is not in the mind of God that we are enemies from any wicked works, as Christ sufficiently handled the flawed and wicked works of sin in his death on the cross. We are only alienated from God from lack of belief in his good news. And if alienated, then you have not the Spirit of God, for you will not believe. I know many people struggle to understand that God has given everyone a clean plate, not imputing man's trespasses unto them. 2 Corinthians 5:19. Many believe that they are good and others are just bad. Therefore, one may not deserve the opportunity of salvation where others do deserve it. But let me tell you something. None of us are worthy. According to Scripture, no one is righteous. No, not one. According to Romans 3:10. And if we are to be honest with ourselves, we will acknowledge that simple fact. So don't allow your flawed perspective to have you thinking that God didn't make a way for the entire world's salvation for those who believe this reconciliation gospel. The problem the nation of Israel had was leaning not on God for their salvation. A faithless nation when it came to trusting and taking God at his word. The struggle is extremely real for many, and even today. As always, love, live, Christ.